The finals just got a brand new patch and store update. We also have a mini recap of the Twitch Rivals event, as well as some of the other things that were happening with that overall. We have some additional hidden details that you might not know about, as well as some developer updates around the patch itself and some other few things, and a whole bunch more. What's up world, it's Utopia back in with another video. Today we're checking out all things the final. Okay, so as always, let's just jump into the patch notes. First up, we do have that opening statement here by Oscar over on the Discord. He went on here to say the first update of Season 3 is live, and it's bringing a brand new store update with the Dress to Deploy set, and a free midsummer themed gun charm that you can claim this week, it seems like only, as well as some balance changes there with that. He also went on to thank everyone who tuned into the Twitch Rivals yesterday. We had an absolute blast watching some of the best players around show just how it's done. In the finals, I'm certain the sponsors were impressed. And again, make sure you do claim that charm this week, as it seems like it's only going to be for a week or free for only a week. Jumping over to the patch notes itself there, the opening statement actually isn't different at all. So we'll skip that portion and jump down to the actual notes, where they said they're bringing some balance changes and stability increases. Now for the first balance changes, we do have the gadget section. So these sonar grenades actually did get decreased range from 15 to 12 meters. They were kind of strong with the overall detection there. Weapons, we finally did get a nerf for the LH1, which got its damage decreased from 52 to 48. Throwing knives actually did get a further nerf here, where they got their damage decreased from 63 to 60, and the winch claw got its damage decreased from 15 to 5. There has been a bit of controversy around the damage decrease on the winch claw. However, with the pull and stun mechanic, I don't think the damage really mattered that much. Now for the contents and bugs, we did have some additional fixes there. Where under the bug fixes category, they did fix a server crash related to certain types of destruction. And for game modes, under the unranked terminal attack, they have changed this to now randomly select the starting player and object spawn scenario, proceeding through the sequence of scenarios from that point. We also had a dev note here that said terminal attack previously had the same set sequence of scenarios as ranked terminal attack, but due to it featuring less rounds, you would less often get the same later combinations of teams and objective spawns. By giving it a random starting point in the sequence, you can now experience and practice all of them more regularly. For those terminal attack players, I do think they'll enjoy that. It won't be as exact same every single time, and you will be able to prepare for ranked mode itself in the unranked play. Overall, that should cover it for the patch notes portion of this video. Again, it wasn't insanely long. They did actually make this into a hotfix, and this wasn't a full patch. This was said over by Oscar on the Discord, or in a comment reply here, he said, yes, we have a bunch of bugs logged. I think we'll see most of them fixed next week when there's a client update. This wasn't an actual client update, this was just a hotfix deployed. Or he even concluded here, he said, you don't need to download or update the actual game. All the changes this time are server side. So yeah, this was just a hotfix deployable patch, and you didn't need to download anything. So if you're waiting for any download or any sort of thing, that didn't happen this time. And obviously, he did say next week we will be getting a bigger patch. Now, we did have those updates with the Twitch Rivals event. And just to go over a mini recap, we obviously did have the winner, Team Gigs. Second place being Team Daltouche, and then third being Team Landmark. Team Gigs essentially had the most amount of points here by a landslide. However, everyone else was fairly close after that. And every single person in this tournament did actually get some compensation there. So no one goes home empty-handed, everybody did get some monetary compensation. The Twitch Rivals event did bring a host of new players to the actual category, where they had 42,000 viewers overall on that watch, which was pretty huge for the category overall. The finals does kind of lack that support there over on Twitch. At least before the Twitch Rivals event, they didn't have a ton of viewers there on and off. However, that did push the game out to new eyes and new hands, which again is really good for the game regardless of what it did. Overall, it seems like it pushed the player base up a tiny bit. We didn't see a ton of new players on Steam, but it did get a spike increase there, at least comparative to the first day of the season drop. Now, someone did mention in the thread here that they were all unranked, but they did play actually on a specialized client, kind of akin to what I played on during the private events. That was why my career level was so low and a few other things there, which allowed them to play any class and unlock all the equipment there, so that they could freely pick all that stuff. So they were actually playing on a specialized client that had everything unlocked. Again, kind of akin to what I had during the private events. So that if you did see them unranked or anything like that, or their career level low, that was the reason for it. We also did have a Twitch Rivals Cashout tournament mega thread, although this was posted about a day late. So if you want to participate there, talk about the Twitch Rivals event, you can, and I'll link to this post down below. But it is kind of fresh, and so people can talk about the Twitch Rivals event overall. There is an additional thread here that was started yesterday. There are a few comments in here that I do want to go over. Someone here talked about them having not the best spectator mode, which I do hope they add a decent spectator mode in the future. as it was kind of confusing sometimes for them to kind of nail that, but the commentators did a really good job with what the tools that they had there. Obviously, they can only spectate those POVs, so hopefully for future tournaments, they do kind of have some different tool sets there for the commentators to kind of explore, and as well as the colors kind of being more casted out and highlighted on the players overall, and obviously a free cam so that they can kind of explore the arena itself. But overall, the Twitch Rivals event was really good for the game, and I do think a lot more eyes on the game is always helpful. Moving on though, along with the actual update itself, we did have those new store bundles and store update, so we finally did get that dress to deploy set, which was showcased so much during the trailers for Season 3, as well as some of the key art. We now also have a golden version of the Kitsune mask, and then that new weapon skin bundle, Jaded but Not Jaded set, which does look really good overall, especially for the bow, which I do think needs some more skins, although they do have a few on the battle pass. We also have an update on that survey situation. Now, I know my video yesterday did cover this survey overall. There was actually just a link that you could head to and go to this survey and fill it out. Although shortly after my video was posted and the Reddit post kind of blowing up, maybe the link was getting spammed or what have you. However, Embark did actually pull that link down and not allow anybody to actually fill that out anymore. I haven't seen this as of yet, but currently it looks like when you do launch your game, some people are getting a QR code, which then does allow them to access this survey through their Embark ID. So it seems like maybe they wanted it tied to that, or maybe they were worried about some spam filtering stuff. I currently haven't got this survey yet. I don't know if any of you have, or you can report on that. Again, it is unfortunate that a lot of us can't fill it out currently, or at least it's being rolled out slowly. However, hopefully it does get rolled out to everyone eventually, and everybody will be able to access that survey. They may also already have the data they need for that. Although with them rolling out that change there and making it a QR code based, maybe they are still looking for that information, but they want it tied to your Embark ID. Again, let me know if you guys have gotten this survey yet, if you've seen it on launch. I know a lot of people haven't gotten it yet. They've been relaunching their game several times, which from my Discord, it looks like not many people are getting it as of current, but hopefully that is getting rolled out to more of you, so please do let me know if you do actually eventually get that or have gotten that before. Some last minute mentionables here. We do have a tiny little detail, which was pointed out here on Reddit, where you can actually hear your contestant breathing when you zoom in on the cosmetics menu. I never noticed this. I do have my sounds kind of low overall for that, but it is a cool, neat detail there that you can hear them breathing, although you do hear them breathing quite often during the game itself. But yeah, just a little hidden detail there if you haven't seen that. Another late minute mentionable here is if you want to see another cash out tournament, Mythbusters Gravity Drop is actually hosting a community one. So this is Gravity Drop Mythbusters over on YouTube. It has a much smaller prize pool, but it is cool that they're doing a community event for it. It is currently locked to the region of NA only, and it is a double elimination bracket style, which means that there is a loser bracket as well with that. I'll link to this post down below. It's happening on June 22nd at 3 p.m. EST, which would be 2 p.m. CST, as well as 12 p.m. PST. Overall, that should about cover for today's video. If you like, and subscribe, and until the next one. Deuces.